have knocked on everybody's door and I would have said, these people are thieves and criminals. He ended up with a manager that was stealing from him. The other thing is when he bought it out, he refinanced it. And then he also did some things that I wouldn't let happen at the time. One of them really needed to be done. We needed a new roof on one of the buildings there, but we just didn't have the money, and so it was like I patched the roof. I don't know how many times, but I just did it because we just didn't have the money to do it, and it needed to be done. And he wanted new windows and new doors because doors were older and whatnot, and so he financed that, which brought the cost of everything up. And I always looked at it and went, new windows, really? Why? I mean, you can see out these windows and they work, and oh, dual pane windows. And so I would not have done that. I wish that I wish I had known and I could have done something, but for him. But the people were stealing from him. They were going to the tenants and going, oh yeah, it has to be cash, it has to be this, and so they were pocketing it. And so he figured it out when it's like, no, we have this many places full. Where's the money? And then he had to evict them. He had to fire them. He had to, but then they were still going and getting money from the tenants. Yeah, even after because the eviction process, you still have to evict them. Mm-hmm. And so they still live there, and so people still think they're the manager. I would have sat at the door every day. I would have knocked on everybody's door and I would have said, these people are thieves and criminals. They're being prosecuted. If you give them any money, I'm evicting you that very day. That's it. You're getting an eviction notice. And I'd say, I am the only person that will accept money, that should accept money. And I would have just made it happen, Yeah. But I don't know. I'm kind of dogmatic like that. And I'll work and just make it happen. And he's, still had to work 2 jobs, and it was not easy. And so it was hard to watch that happen to him because I cared and I wanted to see him succeed. He does fine now, but it was a momentary setback and an education.